Hello friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. Today, the New Orleans Saints visit the Minnesota Vikings here in Minnesota, a pair of 5-4 teams. The Vikings a half game up on the Packers in the NFC North, while the Saints sit a half game back of Carolina and Tampa in the South. Minnesota rebounded from back-to-back losses to the Niners and Packers before defeating the Falcons 28-21 in Week 9, as Kirk Cousins threw for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, and the Vikings defense sacked Matt Ryan 4 times, including a sack and a half from Alan Page. Similarly, the Saints bounced back from losses to Jacksonville and Indianapolis before getting right against the winless Bears in Chicago last week. Both teams entered top 5 rushing the ball this season, but run defense has been a problem for the Vikings, whose pass defense has been exceptional. In terms of points, their defense has been top 10, but so is the Saints' offense. So, we'll have a good battle here, 2 teams in search of consistency, Saints and Vikings, ready to kick off here in Minnesota. Vikings will kick off. Saints will get to receive first. Reggie Bush, the deep man for New Orleans. Kickoff by Walsh. Angles near inside the 5, I should say. Bush takes out of course 25, out of course 30, and Reggie Bush breaks this one down the sideline. He's going to get wrestled down, but he's into Minnesota territory. Big kickoff return for Reggie Bush, brought down at the Vikings 42. A terrific start for the New Orleans Saints. Well, Drew Brees couldn't have asked for much better field position than that to get things underway here. Starting off from the Vikings 42, there you see Brees over the 2,000 mark. 16 TDs. He has thrown 10 picks. Most of those were early on in the season. He's kind of found his rhythm a bit more as of late. Let's get the camera set properly into broadcast mode so we can watch the rest of this game in the proper broadcast format. And there we go. So the Saints will get things rolling here from the Vikings 42. And if you're in New Orleans, you've got to come out of this with some kind of points. You're starting maybe 7 yards out of field goal range. 1 first down, you should be able to get some points out of this. There's a pass out of the backfield. It's Rodgers down inside the 35. An injured Saint on the play. It's Jonathan Goodwin. And that is not a good one. You can't be losing offensive linemen in a league like this, especially against this Vikings front 4, the best defensive line in football. Carl Eller, John Randall, Keith Millard, Alan Page, who we mentioned with the sack and a half a week ago. So that is a bad situation to get things underway here for New Orleans if Goodwin is out for any length of time. Rodgers the lone setback. Brees under center, loaded to the right on the line. Rodgers runs that way, looks for a seam, finds a few, gets himself about 5. 17 carries, 92 yards for Rodgers last week. He had a very solid game against the Bears. And the Bears, it's almost unfathomable how bad that team is. They remain winless. They and the Texans, the only 2 winless teams remaining in the FSFL here in year 1. Injury report does not sound good for the Saints. Sounds like they're concerned Goodwin has a dislocated shoulder. Follow that situation. Here's a handoff to Rodgers. He's gobbled up at the line. Picks up a couple. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 25. Keith Millard, the first man in on the hit. Third and 3. Brees goes to the shotgun here. Handoff, delayed draw. Rodgers has the first down inside the 20. Down to the 19. 3 carries for 13 yards here in the early going for George Rodgers. Harrison Smith comes up for the stop for Minnesota. Breeze goes into the shotgun again in Coach Sean Payton's offense. Takes the snap, stands in, looks, fires, complete, touchdown Saints. Rodgers out of the backfield. So the George Rodgers show on the opening drive for the Saints. They get the great kickoff return from Bush, start from the Vikings 42, and finish the task on the shoulders of George Rodgers. Pass there, right over the defender's shoulder. Rodgers rolls out of the backfield. We've seen them do that before, actually. Usually it's a little bit of a deeper wheel route, but they ran a shorter version of it there. It works, and the Saints are on the board first. Rich Zaro comes up for the extra point. Kick is up and good. 5 plays, 42 yards, and 211. Good start for the Saints. Now Bud Grant's Vikings will get their first crack with the ball. Zaro comes on for the kick. Taken from the 4, out across the 20. Brought down at the 24. 20-yard return on the play. So there's Kirk Cousins. Cousins had a terrific game last week. Here you see his season numbers. Fairly similar to Breeze's. Completion percentage is a bit lower, but the same numbers of touchdowns and interceptions for Cousins. First and 10 as they start from the 24. Cousins drops back, looks, still looking, ends up going towards the sideline. It's incomplete. Good coverage downfield by the Saints. That one knocked away. It'll be 2nd and 10. Dalvin Cook, deep back for this one. Cook gets it, finds a seam, gets himself out close to the 30. That's where they'll spot it. 6-yard pickup for Cook. It'll be 3rd and 4. Good patience there for Cook, waiting for that hole to open up. Cousins drops on 3rd and 4. Stands in, looks, fires, left-hand side. Hits Moss in the hands, but he had a defender all over him. Moss can't hold on. It's incomplete. And the Vikings go 3 and out on the opening drive. So Harry Newsome will come on to punt it for Minnesota. Excellent start here for the Saints. They'll get decent field position here again. Good coverage there on the punt. Bush doesn't have much room to go. So the Saints will start out from their 31, already up 7-0, still in the opening moments of our first broadcast of the Week 10 slate of games. There are going to be 5 broadcasts from this Week 10 slate. What we're going to do the rest of the way here, now that we've picked this back up again with the Franchise Stars Baseball League playoffs being over, we'll be pretty regular here with the football broadcast. I'm going to try to have one pretty much every day. May have a day off on the weekends. I mean, real football on Sundays, I get that. Breeze drops this one down the right-hand side, complete down inside the 30. So Drew Brees goes down the field, high arcing throw, let his man run underneath it. Murray Henderson, it's a 42-yard pickup. Brees to Henderson. Beat his man. That's Bradley, the back there for Minnesota, if I remember. Bobby Bryant. So down to the Minnesota 27, and this is just a sensational start for the Saints. Sorry there to be interrupted by the actual play, but as I was saying, basically we're going to do any matchups of teams that are above 500 will be the games I'll broadcast, and every other one will be quick sim. Breeze looking end zone, back of the end zone, tipped away. I think that probably would have taken Henderson out of bounds anyway. Rhodes in coverage, it's 2nd and 10. Man in motion. Oh, and they give it to him. A little bit of a jet sweep kind of play there. Bromowitz with the carry. He'll only pick up 3. It'll be 3rd and 7. Antoine Wingfield on the stop. Breeze goes into the shotgun. 3rd and 7. Pressure up the middle, and Breeze has nowhere to go. Vikings get to him. Griffin, first man there. First sack of the game for the Vikings. They get plenty of those, and Everson Griffin racks up the first one on the game here for Minnesota. Breeze knew he wasn't going to get outside of that. John Randall in there as well. So that would make it a 50-yard field goal. Rich Cesaro does not have a great leg. But I kind of feel like 50. Actually, I think what they'll do is they'll let the clock run down here. Back them up 5 yards to be a little bit safer, and then they'll go for the punt there. So the Saints are going to play this conservatively. They'll take the delay of game call. That'll push them back 5. That certainly will eliminate the field goal possibility. So now Thomas Morstead will come on for the punt, and he'll try to pin the Vikings D. Angle towards the sideline. That's going to go out of bounds at the 10. So it was probably hoping for a little bit better than that, but still, giving the Vikings 90 yards to try to get down the field, they'll certainly be happy with pinning them that deep. 1st and 10, 9.5 minutes left here in the opening quarter, 7-0 Saints. Vikings went 3 and out on their first drive. Hand off here, it's Bennett. Picks up a couple. 13 carries for 51 yards for Bennett. Still among the league leaders in rushing. He was particularly strong early in the season. And Dalvin Cook has provided a nice 1-2 punch in the backfield for Minnesota. 2nd and 8. Drops back. Looks, fires over the middle, complete. That's Adam Thielen. He beats his defender, gets out across the 40 to the 44. First completion for Cousins. That's a 33-yard pickup to Adam Thielen. Big chunks of yardage there. Sammy Knight on the stop. Thielen on the crossing route, got a step on his man, was able to turn the corner on him before the tackle. Thielen, a very solid route runner. Good at finding the seams in the defense. 1st and 10 as the chains move. Vikings from the 44. Quick drop, slant over the middle. That's a quickie to Thielen. He's got a first down, pickup of 11. Into New Orleans territory down to the 45. First and 10 here for Minnesota. Hand off, there's Bennett. Gets down inside the 40. He'll pick up 6. They'll spot it at the 39. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Vikings. High formation behind Cousins. Drops. Stands in the pocket. Looks, they've got him from behind. Cousins is going to have to tuck it. Down he goes. It's a sack for Pat Swilling. 3rd and 9 from the 44. First sack for New Orleans. So both quarterbacks have been taken down once here in the opening frame. Third and 9 from the 44. Cousins looks complete. He's got Thielen at the marker. It's complete. So Adam Thielen, 3 receptions on this drive. He's basically accounted for all the passing yardage. In a nice little rhythm with Cousins here. First down, big third down conversion there for Minnesota. Down inside, or approaching 5.5 minutes. Cousins drops, pressure from the outside, beats his man on the outside, and there's a sack. Hall gets him, loss of 6, back at the 38. 2nd and 16 coming up. Cousins has been sacked a good amount this year. This Vikings offensive line is not great. Cousins stands in, looks, throws, complete. He's got Moss. Touchdown, Randy Moss. So Moss drags across the middle, gets some space. Sammy Knight gets to him, but not in time. And Cousins to Moss for the score, and the Vikings on the verge of tying this one up. Moss gets too much separation there. You cannot let Randy Moss get that far away from you if you're a DB. So Blair Walsh will come on for the extra point to try to knot things up here in Minnesota. Kick is up. And good. 8 plays, 90 yards, and 4:46 for the Vikings. 7-7. 4:44 left in quarter number 1. Here's the kickoff. Walsh angles it towards the side. Bush, who had a great kickoff return to open up the game, takes this one out across the 20 to the 21. Reeves gets some final instructions before stepping back onto the field. Double tight end set for New Orleans here on first down. And off it's Rodgers. Rodgers, head inside and outside. He opted inside, and it got plugged up. Jeff Simon with the stop. It's 2nd and 10. Reeves goes to the shotgun. He's got 4 wide. 2 on either side. Delayed draw. And off first down and more. McAllister down outside of 40 to about the 45. Deuce McAllister rattles off 24 yards. So both teams have had a few plays of more than 20. Joey Browner brings McAllister down. The middle opens up on the delayed draw play. Again, 4 wide. McAllister was the lone setback. Breaks that one out to the 45. It's first down for New Orleans. Again, as great as that defensive front is for the Vikings, their run defense has not been great this far this season. Handoff there for Rodgers. He picks up a couple. 5 carries, 15 yards for George to this point. Down inside 3 minutes left in the opening quarter. Reeves in the shotgun. 4 wide again. This time this trip's to the low side. It's another draw. McAllister gets behind his blocker, but the Vikings are able to string it out long enough to bring him down. Simon on the stop. It's 3rd and 5. Another 4 wide receiver package here. Delayed draw, this one to Rodgers. And this time it doesn't work. Rodgers goes down. Jeff Simon is hobbled. They get him over to the side to try to stretch him out. There's the Harrison Smith checking on him. So they go to that draw play. They go to that well once too often. And the Saints will have to punt. From the Vikings 49. Angled by Morstead. Out of bounds. They're going to call that out of bounds at the 13. And the Vikings will take over. 1:51 left in quarter one, 7-7. Report from the sideline says it's a calf strain for Jeff Simon. They do expect him to return. I formation. Behind Cousins. Hand off Bennett. Tries to get it to the outside. He's gobbled up. Pick up over a yard. Johnson on the stop. So far, 4 carries, 6 pass plays for the Vikings. High formation again. Cousins. Handoff. Bennett tries it again. This time he worms his way forward out across the... No, they're going to say he got his knee hit the ground before the 20. I thought he had slipped out to the 21 there. But the knee was down. 3rd and 4. Pat Swilling on the stop. I formation. Once more, Dalvin Cook is the deep back this time. Cousins, quick drop, quick slant, complete. First down, Randy Moss out across the 30 to the 32. Cousins 5 of 7 so far in the early going. We'll see if they try to get another play off before we get to the half. Cousins comes up. He's taking his time. It sounds like they're going to go and let this clock run out. They bring a close to quarter number 1. 7-7, Saints and Vikings both at 5 and 4. Lots of similarities between these two teams to this point in the season. Similar score as we hit the quarter number 2. The 1st and 10 from the 32 for Minnesota. The handoff, that's Bennett. Out across the 35. Picks up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Myers on the stop for New Orleans. Second and 4. Drops. Looks. On the crossing route, Johnson, I'm okay. Dealing with the reception. His 4th catch of the game already. It'll be 3rd and 1. He's out just ahead of the marker. Third and a long one. Handoff. It's Cook. Cook slithers his way through a hole, gets out past the 45. Second carry on the game for Cook. Dirt Winston with the stop. His 2nd tackle of the game for New Orleans. First and 10. Another handoff. Bennett up the middle is stopped. Pickup of 3. Another stop for Winston. He had some help on that one. Second and 7 from the 48. Handoff. Bennett to the outside. Turns the corner. He's got a first down or more. Downside the 35. Inside the 30. Down inside the New Orleans 25 to the 23. So Michael Bennett gets outside and gets a big gain there for the Vikings. Nobody outside. Debatable hole there by Wiggins on the outside on Vaughn Johnson. No call on the play. Down to the 23. High formation. Cousins drops. It's a deep drop. Fires over the middle. It's complete. First down. To Wiggins, down to the 12. Chains will move. First catch of the game for Wiggins. Run setting up the pass on this drive. That's the way that Bud Grant likes to play it. Another I formation. Thielen on the low side. Moss up top. Play action. Nothing doing there. Cousins sensed the pressure. Went to make a throw there. That would have been dangerous. It was almost better for him that throw didn't really get off. No sack on the play. It is incomplete. Paul hits him. It'll be 2nd and 10. Play action there. Nobody fell for it. Play action again. Swings it out wide, complete, down inside the 5, down to the 2. Ted Brown with the reception. First time we've called Brown's name in this game. The blocking back picks up 9. Third and 1 from the 2. There is room to get a first down here, in theory. Handoff. Bennett, and Bennett is crushed. Oh, nice job there by Wilkes. Breaks through and eats that play up. 4th and 3 from the 4. See, and this is modern playbook logic that they want to go for it in that situation. In a tie game early, I kind of override that. I think you want to take the lead there. If you already have the lead, that's different. But if you have an opportunity to take, or even if you're trailing and want to draw closer, but if you're tied and you have an opportunity to take the lead, I think you make sure you get those points. So Walsh from 21 yards puts it through. And the Vikings now have a 10-7 lead over the Saints. Walsh comes on for the kick. Push the deep man for New Orleans. Right around the goal line. It's in the end zone, and he's going to down this one. And the Saints will start from their 25. 10:02 left in the first half. Single setback behind Breeze. Handoff. Rodgers out across the 30. Bowls his way ahead. He's got first down yardage there out to the 37. Chains will move for New Orleans. Another handoff. Rodgers to the short side. Tries to get outside. Bryant, the first guy to grab him. And gets 4 out of that. 8 carries, 31 yards so far for George Rodgers. Second and 6 from the 41. Handoff. Not too much there. Deuce McAllister with the carry. He picks up 2. Lonnie Warwick, the first man in on the hit for the Vikings. Third and 4 for the Saints from their 43. Looks. Right-hand side, complete. First down. Breeze to Abramowitz. First catch for Abramowitz. It's a 12-yard pickup. Conversion there for the Saints. And they get into Minnesota territory. Coach Sean Payton, not happy with that. Also probably not happy that it looks nothing like Sean Payton. First and 10. Breeze goes into the shotgun. Stands in. Short pass over the middle. Incomplete. Intended for DeVary Henderson. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 46. Handoff Rodgers. Rodgers finds a hole. Jukes a man near the marker. He's stopped just short. They'll call it 3rd and inches from the 36. Rodgers tried to give a second effort there to get there. Breeze in the shotgun. Rodgers up the middle, has the hole. He's got the first. Down to the 31 for Rodgers. And now has 10 carries for 46 yards on the game. Joey Browner on the stop. Clock ticking away here. 14 carries, only 6 passes for New Orleans to this point. Handoff. Rodgers tries to get outside. Browner knifes through and trips him up for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11 from the 32. Second and 11. Breeze in the shotgun. Pressure. Nobody picks him up. And it's a sack for Williams. Kevin Williams gets through for the stop and brings Breeze down. 2nd sack of the game for the Vikings. Down he goes back. It looks like he'll be marked about the 47, 48 yard line. Oh, I totally misread the yardage marker there. I apologize. It is 3rd and 20, but it's from the 41, not the 48. Now we'll see what the Saints try to conjure up here on 3rd and 20. Shotgun. Breeze. Fires. Near the marker, but short of the marker. But they do get themselves into field goal range on the completion there. Bryant on the tackle. Moore with the catch. First catch for Lance Moore. And it'll be 4th and 1 from the 22. So Rich Cesaro will come on for the field goal attempt. Kick is up from 39. He hooked it. It's wide left. Cesaro hooks that one wide left. It had plenty of distance, of course. But a missed field goal there from Rich Cesaro. And the Saints leave points on the table. So now the Vikings will take over, still leading 10-7 from their own 29. Handoff. Bennett worms through, out across the 35 to the 37. 9 carries, 58 yards now for Michael Bennett. One of those was a big carry, obviously. 2nd and 2, down inside 3.5, left in the half. Play action. Cousins rolls, throws down the left sideline for Moss. It's complete. Cousins on the run, rolling left, hits Moss on the corner route. First down to the New Orleans 26. Again, Moss gets separation on Sammy Knight there. We're going to have to see if they say that Moss, if that left foot was still on the ground when the ball got there. We'll see if there's a review on the play. Saints conferring on the sideline. And it does not appear as though there's going to be a review. So the catch is good. Vikings, Cousins drops back. Complete. Thielen on the crossing route. Cousins now 10 of 13. 5 catches, 62 yards for Thielen. Clock rolls down to the 2.5 minute mark. 2nd and 6. It's Cook. That hole, it's plugged up quickly. Dirt Winston, the first guy in there. It'll be 3rd and 6. So we'll see if the Vikings try to get another play off before the 2-minute warning, and they're not going to. They'll let it tick down, regroup, have some conversation on the sideline, and try to figure out how to proceed here. 3rd and 6 from the New Orleans 22-yard line. Bennett's the lone setback here. Cousins under center. Drops back. Stands in. Looks. Swings it. Thielen on the crossing route. He's got a first down and a touchdown. Adam Thielen with the score. The Vikings in the end zone again. And here, with less than 2 minutes remaining in the first half, the Vikings, pending the extra point from Blair Walsh, will take a 17-7 lead. Second touchdown pass for Cousins. First was to Moss. This one to Thielen. So Walsh comes on for the extra point. So the missed field goal by Rich Zarro turns into 7 points for the Vikings. That's a 10-point swing. 5 plays, 71 yards on the drive for Minnesota. 1:53 left in the half. Saints have all 3 timeouts, so this is plenty of time for Drew Brees to try to get something rolling. Kickoff taken at the 2. Out across the 20 to the 22. Looks like somebody might be dinged up after the play there. Missed the name. I'm not sure who 54 is. But whoever it is, stretching out the shoulder a bit. Doesn't look like it's anything overly significant. Easy for me to say from the booth. 4 wideouts, 3 up top. Brees looks, pressure comes, tries to get rid of it. He's hit by Randall as he throws. It's incomplete. 2nd and 10 for New Orleans. So, judging from the pass attempt, New Orleans is going to be a bit aggressive here. Remember, Minnesota has their 3 timeouts. So, the Saints kind of have to run their offense a bit here. They can't just run the clock out. He's in the shotgun. Looks, right-hand side. That's complete. First down, out of bounds. Good job there by Henry Childs. 16-yard pickup, 1st and 10 from the 38. Fred McNeil was the injured Viking earlier. Brees in the shotgun again. 3 again up top, a little bit more compact for receiver set this time around for New Orleans. Brees drops, pressure comes, fires over the middle. He just got rid of that one. And the Vikings getting some pretty regular pressure on Brees now. They've sacked him twice, but they've hit him and hurried him several other times as well. Second and 10. Brees in the shotgun again. Stands in. And once again, there's pressure, and Brees gets hit again. The Vikings, not sure what their packages are right now, but they are getting help in there and overwhelming this New Orleans offensive line on every down at the moment. Saints are going to have to change something up, or they're going to be without a quarterback by the time this game finishes. 3rd and 10 from the 38. Brees over the middle, complete. Kind of floated that one in there, but Childs pulls it in. They had 3 receivers up top, and it's the tight end over the middle who makes the grab. Ended up with Warwick in coverage on him. And Childs beats his man. Brees floats it in. And just like that, the Saints are in business. First and 10, clock ticks, is keeping those timeouts. Down to a minute left. Breeze, short drop, and he gets hit again. Breeze now 7 of 13. I wasn't sure who got to him on that one. But that was quick. That was a 3-step drop, and they were still able to get somebody to put a body on Drew Brees. Second and 10 here for New Orleans. Breeze drops. Pass. Complete. Down inside the 30. They'll use one of their timeouts. Get a stoppage here and discuss things. 17-7 Vikings here in Minnesota, but the Saints driving. 3rd and 2. They're now at a 44-yard field goal attempt for Zarro. Remember who missed? I believe it was from 39 his last time. Breeze, quick slant, complete. Over the middle, first down. They're going to run a hurry up here. At the line, Breeze looks over the middle. Same pass, it's complete. Henderson gets down inside the 10 to the 9. Saints will use a timeout. They have one left they can hold in their pocket if needed to ensure a field goal attempt. First and goal from the 9. 27 seconds left. Breeze stands in, looks, end zone, corner. They didn't believe it's a touchdown. We're going to have to see. That one is almost assuredly going to be reviewed. Danny Abramowitz reels it in. Beautiful grab, assuming he stayed in bounds. Feet leave the ground, but they look like they dragged. It's just a matter of whether he had possession. We're going to have to see if there's going to be a review of this one. And there is not. You saw from that clip, it looked pretty good that Abramowitz had those toes down. Beautiful grab by Danny Abramowitz. Zarro nails the extra point. 10 plays, 79 yards in a minute 27, engineered by Drew Brees. And it's 17-14. 23 seconds left on the clock. The Vikings do have all 3 of their timeouts. Taken there by Reed, out across the 20, out across the 25. Fights his way out to the 30. 19 seconds left. We'll see how the Vikings elect to play this. Handoff. Up the middle, a little fullback draw there for Ted Brown. He picks up a couple. Saints won't worry about stopping the clock because it's clear the Vikings aren't really going to try to do anything. And will let the first half run out and send the teams down the tunnel. Good one going here in Minnesota, 17-14. The Saints with the big drive there at the end of the second half in the 2-minute offense to make this back to being a 3-point game. We'll check out our halftime report, see some of the other games that will happen on the schedule this week here in Week 10. The Panthers go into Chicago at 5-3 to take on the winless Chicago Bears. The Bears just have no offense. It's Gale Sayers and nothing else. Should be a good one. Indianapolis and the Patriots both at 6-3. The Colts have been a bit of a surprise. That'll be a good one. The winless Houston Texans go into Cincinnati to take on the 3-5 Bengals. Bengals looking to find their way with a little bit of consistency. Maybe they can get themselves right against the Texans. They won't show the full slate of games on the schedule this week, but that's all right. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We'll talk to the guys in our production truck and let them know that they need to give us the full schedule. So we'll get ready to start the second half. Vikings will receive. Zorro comes on for the kick. Proud Minnesota getting into it here, hoping for a big opening drive as we start the second 30. Taken by Reed at the 3, out across the 20. He'll be brought down at the 23. That's where Minnesota will take over. You see Kirk Cousins. Cousins had a very solid first half. Vikings have to be disappointed. Their defense allowed that drive at the end of the half there to New Orleans. Slant there, complete. Randy Moss reels it in on his fingertips. There you see Cousins, 12 of 15 for 206. Cousins had a strong week last week as well. He's been erratic this season. That's a dangerous pass there, actually. Right past the Saints defender. It's complete, so we'll call it threading the needle. If it had been picked off, we would have called it terrible. Funny how that works. It's a good decision as long as it works. 1st and 10 from the 37, I formation. Cousins, it's a short drop, good protection there. Moss over the middle, gets popped. Broken up. It'll be 2nd and 10. I formation. Cousins, handoff. Bennett gets behind the blocker, gets out across the 40 to the 41. It'll be 3rd and 7. Just underway here in quarter number 3. Vikings lead it by 3. Short drop, Cousins. Slant route again. He's got Moss down into New Orleans territory. Down to the 45. Moss has his gums flapping a bit. 5 catches for 115 so far. He's allowed to do so. That's the rule. You get over 100 yards, you can start yapping. 1st and 10. I formation behind Cousins. Handoff. Bennett hesitates. Nothing is there. And he's brought down in the backfield. Young on the stop. It's a loss of 3. It'll be 2nd and 13. Moss wide up top, feeling down low. Handoff. Bennett tries to go up the middle. He is popped. Vaughn Johnson on the stop. Pickup of 2. It'll be 3rd and 11. Cousins falls out the sides. Drops. Fires. Complete. Moss, he's going to be shy of the first down, though. He tried to fight for some extra yardage. Couldn't get there. It'll be 4th and 2 from the 38. It would be 55 yards for Blair Walsh. The game wants to go for it, and we're actually going to go ahead with that. I approve of that. 4th and 2. This is a pretty big go-for-it situation here. You've got 5 in the front. I think if you're the Vikings, you're hoping for a jump here. The Vikings will reconsider it. They'll take the delay of game. And instead, Harry Newsome will come on and try to pin New Orleans deep. 3-point game there. fail to get that, you set the Saints up, 25 yards or whatever available away from a field goal attempt. So Newsom will come on for the kick. Angles it towards the sideline. Good kick inside the 10. They'll spot it at the 8. And that's where the Saints will take over. There you see George Rogers. Those are his season numbers. EA loves showing season numbers, more so than numbers from the current game. That is a production faux pas. 1st and 10 from the 8. Breeze in the shotgun. Stands in, fires, intercepted. Bobby Bryant has it, brings it back inside the 10. Breeze is picked off by Bobby Bryant, and the Vikings are going to take over 1st down from the Saints' 9-yard line. Breeze dropped back. He fired, looking for DeBerry Henderson. Bobby Bryant gets out in front of it, picks it off. First turnover of the game, and now the Vikings will try to get this back to being a 10-point affair. Cousins drops. He's got time. Good coverage there by the Saints. Fires, puts it in there, intended for Brown. It's broken up, incomplete. At Swilling on the coverage. He does more than just sack the quarterback. So he does have one of those on the game. 2nd and goal from the 9. Cousins drops. Looks, good protection again. Pass, end zone, touchdown Vikings. Randy Moss, his 2nd of the game. 9 yards out from Kirk Cousins, who's thrown his 3rd TD of the game. And the Bobby Bryant interception turns into 6 for Minnesota. Again, they just love dragging Moss across the field on that route. Saints unable to stop it. They went deep with them before, stretched it a bit. Other than that, it's been a lot of slants and drags. And so far, it has worked out well for the Vikings. Here's Walsh for the extra point. Kick is up and good. 2 plays, 9 yards. That's not really a drive, but we'll call it one. 13 seconds off the clock. 24-14 Minnesota. And now, this Vikings defense has to come up with a stop. They got the touchdown inside the 2-minute mark in the first half. And they let Breeze and the Saints come all the way down the field to get it back to a 3-point game. Kick off to Bush, takes it at the 1, out across the 20. He'll be brought down to the 22. So Breeze gets back to work here, trying to shake off the stink of that interception. Breeze in the shotgun. Pass over the middle, complete. DeBerry Henderson out across the 45. Breeze now 12 of 19 for 205. Does have 2 touchdown passes, but has that damaging pick as well. Sticks move out to the 45. Breeze drops pressure right up the middle. Nobody picks him up. Lonnie Warwick with the sack. 3rd sack for the Vikings. It'll be 2nd and 16. Warwick untouched right up the middle. Handoff, McAllister. Tried a little bit of a delay counter there. McAllister is gobbled up by Griffin. 3rd and 15 from the 41. Breeze drops, and once again, they get pressure on him again. This time it's Griffin. 2 sacks on the drive, 4 on the game for the Vikings. They had 4 sacks against the Falcons a week ago. Everson Griffin, the first guy to get him. Eller and Randall in hot pursuit as well. And Griffin kind of hesitated. He thought Breeze was going to try to juke him. Breeze didn't have anything in his arsenal to evade Everson Griffin there. 4th and 24, punting unit comes on. Morstead comes on for the kick. He hits this one well. Taken by Reed at the 15. Out across the 20, out across the 25. Tries to get to the outside. He's brought down. Spotted at the 27. Randy Moss, 7 catches for 133 and a pair of touchdowns as my dog starts coughing up whatever. So 1st and 10 for the Vikings from their own 27. High formation behind Cousins here. 3-step drop. Pass on the slant. Cousins takes a shot from Pat Swilling, who got in on him quickly. But Cousins gets rid of it. It's complete. 8-yard pickup for Thielen. It'll be 2nd and 2. Hand off there. Bennett tries to find the marker. He does. Gets out to the 40. 13 carries for 64 for Bennett. Knight brings him down, but the chains will move. 1st and 10, Minnesota. Inside 6.5 minutes left in quarter number 3. Hand off, Dalvin Cook. Cook finds a very slight hole. Cook shifts and shimmies his way through, picks up 9 out to the 49. It'll be 2nd and 1, Swilling on the stop. 2nd and 1 coming up for the Vikes. Moss up top, Thielen down on the low side. Play action. Stands in, looks down the field, complete. There's Moss down inside the 35 to the 33. So Cousins having his way with this Saints secondary right now. 8 catches for 151 for Moss. Marshawn Lattimore with the stop. Moss put the brakes on and Cousins hit him. Bud Grant looking pleased. Yes, I know it doesn't look like him. Just bear with me. It's the best we can do. Can't edit the faces and stuff. It's just staggering to me in 2024. Cousins feeling on the crossing route. Pickup of 6. 2nd and 4 from the 27. Second and 4. High formation. Hand off Cook. Not much there. lunges forward to pick up a yard at the end of it. 5 carries for 21 yards on the game for Dalvin Cook. It'll be 3rd and 3 for the Vikings. This is a pretty big third down here. We're already in Blair Walsh field goal range. This will be a 43-yarder from this point. See what the Vikings do. It's a handoff. Bennett close to the marker. He's stopped. Tingelhoff on the hit. Tingelhoff looks like he may have rattled himself a little bit, though he's coming off the field, but he makes a big stop there. 4th and inches from the 23. And Blair Walsh is going to go and try to make this a 13-point game. Walsh's kick is up and good. So Walsh puts it through. And the Vikings extend their lead. It's 27-14. If you happen to see the highlight there and saw that he got hit, I have disabled the roughing the kicker and running into the kicker penalties because they happen on virtually every field goal attempt in Madden, at least in 24 it did. And I don't want to go having that called on every field goal attempt. So that's why I kind of disabled that. I kind of did the same thing with roughing the passer. You know, and it's funny because in franchise mode, the game does not really call many penalties at all. I think maybe had a couple of this game, if that. But roughing the passer is one that would get called all the time. You know, but the fundamental ones, holding, false start, et cetera, like never happened. So it just, unfortunately, part of the give and take of you have to, you know, take some things that you can work around and deal with other things. And that's just the nature of the beast in Madden. All right, so Tingelhoff is out for the rest of this game, a tricep strain they're a little bit concerned about. So the Vikings have lost their center. Matt Burke will come in for him. Burke capable of doing the job. Now trying to do the job, this New Orleans offense. They trail 27-14, 3:44 left in quarter number 3. Breeze in the shotgun, drops. Throws down the field, it's complete. Barry Henderson with the catch. His 5th catch of the game. That puts him over the 100-yard mark. He had big reception for the score in the first half. On the opening drive, actually. First and 10. Handoff Rodgers. Rodgers looks for something outside. Carl Eller says, no, sir. Gobbles him up. Loss of 3. It'll be 2nd and 13. Clock ticking down inside 2.5 left in quarter number 3. Breeze in the shotgun. Handoff McAllister. Not too much there. It'll be 3rd and 11. It's another stop for Carl Eller. Third and 11 for the Saints. Breeze drops. Pressure comes. Griffin hits him. Breeze gets away from it, but he's knocked down after the fact. They may give that sack to Griffin anyway. The 5th sack from the best front group in the league. And Griffin's been the guy today. When you talk about all the potent guys on this Vikings defense, Griffin comes in down the list of the guys you mentioned. Randall, Millard, Eller, Page. Those are the guys you talk about. Even Kevin Williams as far as guys getting the sack. But Griffin picks up his 2nd of the game. And the Saints are in trouble now. They're down 13. They've got a punt here. And now big pressure on this New Orleans defense. Morstead with the punt. Inside the 15. Out across the 20. To the 23. First and 10. 59 seconds left. Cousins under center. Nobody on the low side. 2 receivers up top. Hand off Bennett up the middle, out across the 25. Pickup of 4. Out to the 27. It'll be 2nd and 6. Probably will run one more play. I don't think the time will take us all the way to the end of the half. Seconds left at the snap. Here's Cook. Cook up the middle. Finds a seam out across the 35 to the 37. 6 carries, now 32 yards for Dalvin Cook. So this Vikings offensive line, which we mentioned before, is not great, particularly in terms of pass protection. But they've done a nice job on the ground for much of this season as far as run blocking, and they're doing it again today. Vikings up over 100 yards rushing on the game as we head to quarter number 4. 27-14 Vikings. They're on the move again. Handoff. Bennett tries to get outside. There's not much there. Pickup of a yard. It's 2nd and 9. Cousins drops. 3-step drop. Hits. Moss brought down at midfield. Cousins, 19 of 24 on the game. Moss, 9 catches for 163. This New Orleans pass defense having a rough go here in this one, particularly trying to slow down Randy Moss. Handoff. Bennett up the middle. Breaks one tackle and gets down inside the 40. Bennett looks like he landed a bit awkwardly there. He's being helped off. He's got some hobble in his giddy-up as he exits the field. Down to the Saints 36, 1st and 10. Clock stopped because of the injury. High formation. Cook is the deep back here. Pass complete. Moss by the marker. 1st down, down to the 26. That one was into traffic. Or is that it is a groin tweak to Bennett? Makes you think that as long as the Vikings stay in control of this game, Bennett probably would not return. 1st and 10. Cook inside the 20. Cook, once he gets rolling, he can get that acceleration going down to the 10-yard line. Waymer on the stop. It is just enough where you can get a 1st down again. I think it is unlikely we'll see that occur. Get the 1st down yardage, you're probably getting the touchdown. There you see the red stripe basically right along the front of the goal line. Cousins drops back. Good protection again from the Vikings. End zone incomplete. There's a flag on the play, though. And it's going to be pass interference on the Saints. Dave Waymer called for pass interference. The Vikings will take that. And it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. So now Minnesota with a chance to put the clamps on this one. First and goal. Play action. Little surprising there. They didn't just try to run it. Vikings getting a little too cute that time. Pass is batted down. It'll be 2nd and goal. From the 1. Handoff. Cook. And the line breaks down. Saints get good penetration. Wilkes on the stop. 3rd and goal coming from the 2. Saints trying to come up with a big goal line stand here. Play action. Cousins rolls. Saints get through. They bring him down. Mark Fields with the sack. So they go play action there, and Moss got some room out to the left, but before Cousins could set to get it to him, Fields brings him down, and the Vikings, from first and goal from the 1, are going to have to settle for a field goal here. And the Saints have some life. Walsh's kick is up and good. So Walsh from 27 gives the Vikings a 16-point lead. It is 30-14 Minnesota. Oh, that's not what we wanted there. I'm not sure I can modify this, actually. So we're going to have to burn a timeout there. I hit the wrong button. That's my fault. Because frankly, who else's fault would it be? Here's the kickoff from Walk. Taken by Bush in the end zone. He'll down it. And the Saints will start from their 25. So it's a 16-point game, which is, of course, still 2 scores rather than 3, though you would need the 2-point conversions. But again, it's close enough that New Orleans can have some hope. They need something on this drive. And field goal won't really help them much. Breeze in the shotgun. Stands in, looks over the middle, incomplete. Breeze 13 of 21 to this point. Second and 10. Breeze in the shotgun once more. Stands in. Looks. Fires. Complete. Short of the marker. Henderson with the grab. It's a pickup of 8. It'll be 3rd and 2. 6 catches for Henderson. Breeze goes to the shotgun again. Rodgers to his right. 3rd and 2. They give it to Rodgers, and the Vikings are all over it. Keith Millard gets through for the stop. 4th and 3. So the Saints played a bit conservatively there. Again, knowing they had time on the clock, only needing 2 yards. They try to get Rodgers to get the tough yards. He's unable to get it. And the Saints are actually going to go and punt this one with 9.5 minutes left. This will be the last time that they're going to be able to punt in the course of this game. So now they're going to ask their defense to come through again. Reed jukes one man, tries to get wide, but there's good support there for the Saints. Play is stretched out wide. 9:18 left in the game. Vikings will start from their 21. They lead 30-14. First and 10. Pitch, Cook to the outside. Has a lead block. Can't hold the block, though, and it's only a pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Cousins lets the clock tick a bit. It's Cook again on the ground. Tries to go shoot the gap between the guard and the tackle. Picks up a couple. Dirt Winston on the stop. It'll be 3rd and 6. Clock continues to tick. Vikings content to go on the ground again. So they try to kind of catch the Saints off guard with the nimble Cook. But the Saints don't fall for it. You're going to run it there. That probably shouldn't have been a counter. You're not looking for a change of direction play there. You're just looking to get the ball forward. 4th and 6. Harry Newsome comes on the punt. Bush takes it at the 31. Brought down at the 38, and that's where New Orleans will take over. So now they're in a need a touchdown drive here. Again, the punt on the last drive, probably the last punt the Saints will be afforded the opportunity to take. Down 16. Breeze in the shotgun. Drops back. Stands in, looks, over the middle, complete. Abramowitz brought down shy of the marker. Pickup of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1. Clock ticks away. Saints are going to have to be a little bit quicker than that going forward. Breeze in the shotgun. Pass over the middle. It's complete. First down. Childs down to the 40. Back up to the line. Breeze in the shotgun again. Takes the snap. Another one over the middle. That one's incomplete. Browner with the hit. That one couldn't be held on to. 6:08 on the clock. 30-14 Minnesota. Saints driving. They're at the Vikings 41. They go for the draw here to Rodgers. He gets through, but not for much. Picks up a couple, 3rd and 10. Now the Saints are going to have to sort this out a bit. Breeze in the shotgun. Stands in, pressure comes, and he is hit as he throws. It's incomplete. Griffin gets in on him again, and now it's a 4th and must for the Saints. What can Sean Payton's group cook up here? 4th and 10 from the Vikings 41. Breeze stands in, looks, fires, middle, and it's incomplete. Good coverage there. Lonnie Warwick, the linebacker, had dropped to help out. It was intended for DeVary Henderson, but it's incomplete. The Vikings will take over from their own 41. 5:21 left in the game now. I formation. And the Vikings go to throw somewhat surprisingly after running the entire drive last time. Cousins fires. It's incomplete. Little bit surprised there, particularly with the conservative nature. Grant uses the run to open up the passing game, and he would go to the pass there. A little bit surprising. There's a handoff. Dalvin Cook. Cook's to the outside, out across the 45 to the 46. It's 3rd and 5 for the Vikings. They go to the 3-step drop again. Pass over the middle is incomplete. So, bit surprised there. Normally that Vikings squad is going to run the ball in that kind of a situation, perhaps looking to put the clamp down on this game entirely. Backfires on them a bit. mostly in terms of not running the clock too well, although knowing that they were in a situation where they could punt and pin the Saints fairly deep here, perhaps having something to do with that decision. Newsom's punt is angled towards the sideline. Out of bounds at the 14. So 4:27 left for Breeze. A steep, steep challenge, but not impossible. We'll see if the Vikings end up regretting the aggressive play calls on that last drive. Breeze, pass, complete. Abramowitz out across the 40 down near midfield into Minnesota territory. And they run the hurry up. Breeze drops back, fires. That one's tipped away by Bryant. 2nd and 10. Intended for Abramowitz. 3:57 left from the Vikings 48. Shotgun. Breeze. Pass. Complete. Abramowitz again. Down inside the 40. 3rd and inches the call here. They go to the shotgun though. Breeze stands in. It's a short pass. It's Abramowitz again. Down inside the 30. Inside the 25. And the Vikings are going to call a timeout here and try to regroup a bit defensively. 30-14 Vikings, Saints driving, trying to keep some hope alive here. Breeze in the shotgun. Goes to throw. He's hit as he throws. End zone incomplete. They got through a seam. Breeze takes a shot. Throws that one incomplete. That was not the prettiest pass we've ever seen. Second and 10 coming up. Rodgers is the lone setback. This trips to the north side. And it's a delayed draw. Rodgers down inside the 20, inside the 15. Rodgers down to the 10. Drops back. Pass complete. Henderson inside the 5. Fights for the end zone. He doesn't get in. 2nd and inches from the 1. Clock continues to tick. A little more time than they would have liked coming off on that one. But a chance at the end zone here. Handoff, Rodgers. Gangbusters in the backfield. Brought down. Saints will use a timeout. They'll get another one with the 2-minute warning. Coming up, of course, if they get into the end zone, that would help here as well. 3rd and 4 from the 4. (30-14) Minnesota. Saints knocking on the door. They need 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions. Breeze drops, end zone, and they got the touchdown part of it complete. Danny Abramowitz for the score from 4 yards out. And it's now a 30-20 ball game. And now we get to a 2-point conversion. Breeze zips it in there to Abramowitz. Takes the shot from Harrison Smith, but holds on. Saints are not done yet. Two-point conversion. Pretty tight pack here. It's a handoff to Rodgers, and nothing doing. Alan Page breaks through, stops George Rogers on the two-point conversion, and that should largely lock this up. 9 plays, 86 yards on the drive for the Saints to get the score. But Alan Page has had a fairly quiet game for the Vikings in this one. Comes up with the big stop of George Rogers. 30-20 Vikings. Onside kick coming up. Cesaro with the kick. It's fielded by Ted Brown, who falls on it, and the Vikings have possession at the New Orleans 41. Clock will stop at the 2-minute warning, so the Saints essentially have 3 stoppages. First down, of course, would end this. But the Vikings, I can't imagine after the last drive, when they were surprisingly aggressive and ended up going 3 and out. It's a big part of setting up that Saints touchdown drive. I can't imagine they will do that again. There's a handoff to Brown. He's brought down. There's the 2-minute warning. It'll be 2nd and 10. High formation, Brown and Cook in the back. Handoff Cook, up the middle, inside the 35. He's wrestled down. New Orleans burns a timeout. They have 1 remaining.
Dig deep.
30-20 Minnesota. Third and 3 from the 33. They give it to Cook again. He fights for the first down, and he gets it. To the 31, the Saints will stop it, but at this point, that makes it pretty much academic. Good job by Cook fighting for the extra yardage. Saints use the last timeout, and the Vikings should get to just take the victory formation here. They line it up. Cousins takes the knee. And the Vikings are going to pick up a big victory here over the Saints. Saints will fall to 5-5. Vikings improve to 6-4. And take the victory formation coming up to the line. Cousins will let that clock tick down plenty. Take the knee there, and that'll bring up the 3rd down. So a big win here for Minnesota. Their defense, for the most part, played well. Again, they would be the first ones to tell you, letting up that touchdown at the end of the first half in the 2-minute drill for the Saints, who blew right down the field. That's going to leave a sour taste in their mouth. But on the whole, Vikings defense did a decent job. They got to Breeze, which is kind of a necessity for this defense. That is their calling card. Cousins takes the knee, and that'll be the end of it. The teams will exchange their pleasantries as they prepare to exit the field. 4th down will never happen. Bud Grant's Vikings with the big win at home against the Saints. 30-20, Vikings will come out of this one victorious. I apologize, I did not check before the game to see who they each play next week. But the first game of our 5-game slate here for Week 10 of the Franchise Stars Football League goes to Minnesota. The Vikings get it done 30-20. Good game there for Kirk Cousins for back-to-back weeks. Perhaps he's finding his rhythm a bit. Randy Moss, his favorite target on the day. 327 yards passing for Drew Brees, not enough to carry the Saints to the victory. Check out a few of the stats here before we check out. Check out some team stats first. 424 total yardage advantage there. 151 yards on the ground for the Vikings. And the Vikings, we talked about early on in the intro to the game that their run defense has not been great this season. But they kept the Saints to 86 yards as a team. Nice job there by the Vikings, addressing something that had been a weakness for them to this point. Vikings also did not turn the ball over. Brees threw that one interception that turned into 7 points for the Vikings. So that was a big pick. Again, Brees on the whole certainly played a fine game, but Vikings, 34 minutes of possession. Controlled the clock, controlled the pace of the game. Again, both quarterbacks throw 3 touchdown passes. Brees threw that pick. On the ground, Michael Bennett, 17 for 86. Bennett left this game with an injury. It does not seem to be that severe. Dalvin Cook, 14 carries for 66. George Rogers was held to 38 yards on 15 carries for the Saints. Deuce McAllister had 6 carries for 45 yards, including a 24-yard break on his first carry. A little surprised that McAllister didn't get more carries than the 6 that he got. Moss, 10 for 173 and a pair of scores. Adam Thielen caught a touchdown. A couple yards shy of the 100-yard mark for him. Abramowitz and Henderson go over the 100-yard mark for the Saints. Abramowitz, a pair of touchdown receptions there. So that'll do it here from Minnesota. The Vikings get to 6-4. The Saints fall to 500 in that fight for the very tightly packed NFC South. Saints do have, remember, right? Saints have wins over the Panthers and the Bucs in that division, though, which helps them a bit. But this loss will set them back a little bit. So stay tuned. I apologize. I hadn't written down the games. We're going to have 4 more matchups here in Week 10. This was the first of 5. Again, we're going to do pretty much every week the remainder of the schedule. We will do any matchup that is a matchup of 2 teams with winning records. We'll have that Colts-Patriots game. That'll be one of them that I remember for the week. That might actually be the next one. The next one that we'll do Colts and Patriots tomorrow evening, 8 o'clock here on the channel. Hope to see you there. Kindly bang that like button if you have not as of yet. Subscribe if you haven't as of yet. And most importantly, be good to each other. And we'll talk soon. The Vikings with the big win, 30-20 over the Saints.